My child, have you ever paused amid the busyness of life and wondered what would happen if you let go and gave away your most precious possession? Have you ever felt fear when faced with the choice of giving up something important? I know this world teaches you to hold on to everything, time, money, opportunities, as if losing them would leave you empty. But my child, what I want you to understand is that true strength is not found in what you possess, but in what you are willing to let go of. You may doubt this, especially when modern life constantly pushes you to chase personal success. You worry that if you sacrifice, you will be left behind. But I tell you, sacrifice is never a loss. It is an act of courage, a power that can break fear and build something lasting. I have seen parents work tirelessly to raise their children and friends give up their comfort to help others. These actions do not make them weaker, they make them stronger. Today, I want you to look within yourself and ask, are you willing to sacrifice to discover true strength? My child, this world often defines strength by control and personal achievements. But I tell you that true strength is measured by the courage to give. Sacrifice is not an act of loss. It is a choice to place others above yourself. It is evidence of genuine love and unwavering faith in something greater. In modern life, sacrifice takes many forms. It can be parents working selflessly so their children can have a better future. It can be those who give up comfort to help the poor and needy. They are also the ones who dare to set aside their pride to rebuild a broken relationship. I see these actions every day, and I call them strength, not weakness. I know there are times when sacrifice feels like a burden. You fear that by giving, you will be forgotten or taken advantage of. But my child, sacrifice is not about giving to lose. It is about planting seeds of hope and transformation. Just as a seed must die in the soil to sprout, you too must be willing to let go to witness miracles unfold. When you sacrifice, you not only change the lives of others, but also transform yourself. You learn to love more deeply, live more courageously, and understand more clearly the meaning of existence. I created you with this ability, the ability to love through action, through sacrifice. And it is this very ability that will make you stronger each day. Do not think of sacrifice as a grand gesture that must be recognized by the world. Sometimes it is the small acts, taking time to listen to someone in pain, sharing your food, or setting aside your plans to care for a loved one. These actions may go unnoticed, but I see them all. And I want you to know that every sacrifice, no matter how small, is precious in my eyes. Remember, sacrifice is not weakness, but strength that goes beyond what your eyes can see. When you give, you create change, a change that can last forever. I sacrifice myself for you, and I want you to learn to sacrifice as well, to be a light to the world around you. Now ask yourself, today are you ready to put your trust in me and step into the path of sacrifice? My child, I know that sacrifice is not easy. In this world where everything is measured by success and accumulation, the fear of loss often overwhelms your mind. You worry that if you give, you will be left with less, left behind, or even forgotten. I understand that fear, but I want you to face it and see the truth. The fear of sacrifice is the fear of losing control. You are afraid that if you let go of what you hold, your time, possessions, or comfort, you will not have enough for yourself. This world teaches you to store up, to protect, and to cling tightly to everything. But I tell you, true abundance is not found in what you keep, but in what you are willing to give away. You may have seen people refuse to help others out of fear that they would not have enough for themselves. Perhaps you too have walked away from someone in need, afraid that helping them might leave you vulnerable. But my child, I want you to understand that sacrifice does not make you weak. It makes you stronger because you are acting out of courage, not fear. Modern society convinces you that you must accumulate to feel secure. You need to keep a stable job, build savings, and protect your future at all costs. But what this world does not tell you is that the more you cling to everything, the easier it becomes to lose it. On the other hand, when you dare to let go out of love and compassion, you will find a freedom that nothing else can give you. I have seen people live in fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of being hurt. But I want you to know that when you sacrifice, you are stepping out of that fear. You are showing the world that love has the power to overcome fear. You cannot control everything in this life, but you can control how you love and serve others. Remember this: sacrifice is never in vain. It is an act that carries eternal value. When you are willing to give up your comfort to help someone else, you are making a difference that you may not see immediately, but I see it. And I promise you that I will never let your sacrifice be meaningless. My child, do not let fear control you. Let love guide you. Let me guide you. When you learn to give, you will receive something far greater than you can imagine. And that is the true strength I want you to discover. Do you know? Sacrifice is not an act of weakness or emotion. It is the powerful choice of those who dare to place others above themselves. In this world, where everything is measured by personal success and control, I want you to understand that sacrifice has the power to transform reality, not just for the one who receives, but also for the one who gives. I have seen examples of this strength every day. Someone giving up a promising career to care for aging parents. Someone spending their entire savings to help a person struggling with illness. Someone standing up to defend the vulnerable, knowing it may cost them dearly. These actions do not make them poorer. They make them rich in ways this world cannot comprehend. You may think strength comes from control, but I tell you that true strength lies in the courage to let go. When you sacrifice, you are planting a seed, and that seed will grow in ways you cannot predict. You may not see the results immediately, but I do. I see every action you take, and I promise you it will never be in vain. I know that sacrifice is not easy. It requires you to let go of comfort, to surrender plans, and sometimes even dreams. But my child, what this world does not teach you is that when you dare to sacrifice, you open the door to something greater. You step into a way of life that is no longer bound by fear or insecurity. Look at those who have dared to sacrifice. They have no regrets. They find freedom in letting go, and they live with a purpose greater than themselves. I created you to live with that same purpose. I place within you the ability to love through action, to turn pain into strength, and to sacrifice, not out of obligation, but because you know it is the right thing to do. You do not need to perform grand gestures to prove your willingness to sacrifice. Sometimes, true strength is found in the smallest acts: sharing a meal, listening to someone in pain, or spending time with someone who needs you. These small acts can create a big difference that you may not see immediately, but I see, and I promise you that what you give will be multiplied in ways you cannot imagine. So dare to give. Dare to step out of your comfort zone and allow me to use you to create change. When you sacrifice, you never act alone. I am always here guiding you, protecting you, and giving you the strength to keep going. Let me turn your sacrifice into a light for this world. My child, now is the time for you to face this question. Are you willing to sacrifice to live a meaningful life? I have shown you that sacrifice is not loss, but strength. It does not make you weaker. It makes you stronger, freer, and filled with purpose. You are living in a world that constantly urges you to hold tightly to everything: your time, your money, your career. But I want you to know that true happiness does not come from what you accumulate, but from what you are willing to give away. When you sacrifice, you plant seeds of hope, love, and healing, things that hold eternal value. I know there will be moments when you feel doubt or fear, but you never have to walk alone. I am always here, guiding you, strengthening you, and reminding you that your sacrifice will never be in vain. Pause and look around you. Someone needs a helping hand, a word of encouragement, or simply your presence. Do not wait for the perfect opportunity to sacrifice. Start with the small things and let me turn them into something great. You can change this world, not through words, but through acts of love and compassion. I sacrificed for you, and now I call you to walk in that light, to dare to sacrifice, to dare to love, and to dare to make a difference. Let your sacrifice be a testimony of faith and strength. And remember, I am with you every step of the way.